Leadership with us. Regions comrade. Yeah, alright. I sorry I late, man. I get held up.
Then basically this gives you the view. They've cut. That's what they're talking about when you're benching.
Yeah.
So those traces that they call the roads, basically are what they're trying to figure out what is under that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to start at the bottom or start at the top.
All day they're going quarry.
Right up the top. That's where the see the ridge up there?
Yeah.
That's where the lots end. Like those coconut trees.
Yeah.
And then comes down this way.
Yeah.
So he has just this little bit here, which is lot 113. That leads you over to the
You mean
Reno, yeah.
104, 105,
Right.
106, 107, 108, 110.
109 is over here, which is what over. That's over the river, so that's out
So
of
outer.
110.
11, up to 119.
Okay.
So what we have is basically eight lots with farmers would be occupied by Renault.
1, 2. So these are not 10, 8, 10 and 12.
Yeah, those are
That's true. So you have to put it. So it's 12 in all.
How many men were growing ganja alone?
We got about 11.
No, I'm not talking about those.
Ganja only?
No, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about those where we're doing compensation for. Not those
On the other side.
on the other side. I'm talking about the 9 lots. From 104 go down to 119 with the exception of 14 and 15 and 3.
About 3 farmers only ganja who would be affected.
Within the 9.
Yeah.
Within the 9.
Yeah.
Where they were growing.
You have to around the corner, they more or less around the corner from
Okay.
where we are. So you would have to see what they say.
We can't get them ganja man, there's some land on the upper top hill. Yeah.
We have their names down.
You have the names, don't forget. Okay, all right, good. Of course, make it plain that those who are talking about giving gas, they are within the legal marijuana business. Let me just clarify myself.
So they will have to be registered.
You know, I mean, I'm not. If they do other than legal, that is my business. You over where coming from? Eh? Good. No. So that's 3 out of the 9. The other 6, where do we have appropriate land to give them?
My assessment, I think some land
Some lands can be formed. But lands which are reasonably accessible. I talk to the people from Richmond, you know, and that late yesterday they sent me something. You know, Richmond Vale has, Richmond Vale has 29.8 acres of land. Yeah. And by the way, a man and woman who play politics with the comrade, who say, we're giving away this, we're not giving away this. So we get $2 per ton throughput as royalties up for the first 7 years and then we review it. And you have it's estimated that you have 25 million tons of quarry material to pull down, you know. At $2, that's $50 million over the 30 years. But it's likely to be more because after year 7, let me see how they go. After year 7, we decide how more we go. You The lease up there, you know. I don't want to draw the Richmond Vale people into politics. But they went into possession in 1982 when Labour was in office. The lease was signed when Labour lost in 1984. For 16 years they operate the place, they didn't pay 1 cent. Until 2000 when they make a lease, you know. You know me, Pravi? $10,000 a year, not for acre, you know, for the whole 30 acres. Prime land. You hear me? That's the story, you know. I didn't talk yet, you know. I only talk when I'm ready for talk. So I asked them how much they want to give us back. Well, the Senate tell me, well, this is their first offer, really, I take it. 2 acres here, so, and 3.4 here. Now, 5 acres here, the value there might be 2 acres to a 5 acre here. You understand what I mean? But we see if we could get some more here. So between, give the brethren who got ganja. Legal ganja, that is.
So what do you want to call the illegal one?
No. Let me emphasize that. I only deal with the law. They don't mind going to here.
Yeah, all right.
Top here. Okay, well, and then we get a couple of lots by according to them at least 2 lots, but we could get some more. I think we should get some more. And then we provide compensation. I want us to give compensation to everybody, even whose land is not involved in this. For people who still occupying the land, because the dust might affect them. Plants, so we give them to their crops. And then of course we have to make provision just in case they also want to be like so. You see what I mean? Those are how many more. That's 3. That's another 5 lots. It's not a big number. It's having 14, 15, 20, 21, 22. Let me see the map, Julian.
Andrew.
Let me see the map again.
Yeah. Andrew, get it.
Read that out again, Carlos. Let me see. One down here. 114, 115, 120. We go down here 120, 121, 122. Okay. But it may well be that the dust might affect 123, 124, 125, 126. I don't know.
I think the crown of the hill is the...
Oh, you think the crown would humble?
Yeah.
So those are the other side. Okay then, fine. So we deal with these 5 next. Or we deal with those 5 next, and we pay them.
What do you say?
We pay them all.
We deal with them one time because they're the crown and they start...
So we will compensate everybody in the area, in the 9 lots, which are within the lease of Renault. Remember this, you know. No farmer who is farming here have any lease here. And they've been using the land free. And all praise and power unto them. You know, they're making a living.
So you see no one paid anything on the lease?
No, there was no lease. Some were put in possession, that's fine. And some went and informally settled. They didn't squat, they informally settled. In Barbados, they didn't squat. So, and we pay those who are outside Renault's lease includes. And do those and pay those who are outside. But also to make arrangement for those who are outside, up to the crown of the hill. Which one? You come, brother. What's your name?
James Howe.
Hey, where you from, Chateaubelair?
Yeah.
Tell me something. Your family. There's a young man, I went to his funeral. When the police had gone by him, and you remember he died. That's your family?
No.
Mona is the mother. Mona is the mother. I can't remember the mother. I know the family.
You think a young lady?
No. I'm talking about the father.
Titiri,
yes.
The Michael.
The Michael. Yeah. But they carry hope.
They related to his wife.
Oh, they relate to your wife. Okay. All right.
Well, because my money come pictures when you take him and when you go out, shake your hand when you tell him you go be another prime minister.
Yeah.
I was there.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't believe I was going to be prime minister. You think I would not make it?
Yeah, man.
You think I would make it?
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Good boy.
We want to you, man.
Good boy. Good comrade.
He's 113.
You're 113.
Satisfied about one thing.
One piece of land.
One piece of
Yeah.
land. I got a cat and
You
then.
get a piece of land.
Yeah.
You get a piece of land. You get a piece of land. No. Where you going to all of these? You're going to make sure they get land. What about we can get the land up at sorry, we can get the land up at top here.
Top is all the way. You just got to just
What is your how much land you actually have? 4.
Yeah, but now we're talking
We time them now.
over by the Danish.
Okay then. You know how bug it is.
Yeah, but the Danish who want to do about milk tea. But I be kind of see.
Listen to me. Give them ready food. I got to give them
Three of us,
I'm sure you know nobody, but you got a new brethren. You go get it.
Okay, then.
no way.
Who's the man who did the compensate? Who did the thing?
Yeah, man, let me partner, man.
You tell me.
This one? Yeah, let me bother, man.
They tell me that they put up the thing a little bit now. That what you actually had there wasn't quite the thing, but
Man, what as me last moment, me still not put enough. Last moment, me get.
But we these numbers come into cabinet on Wednesday, and we will approve them and we'll make sure you get your money quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And in the meantime, we're going to organize the land. The reason why we got to do this, well, first of all, I apologize generally and I apologize to you personally. The men and women who were supposed to come and consult you all about this thing dropped the ball. Okay. And I was surprised that the consultation did not take place.
And if you want to never get the project, you know.
Good. Thank you.
want some money coming to
Yes.
me community poor too.
Yes.
So
And money going to come in.
So no man, you go bring employment and you go generate employment.
Absolutely.
Serious.
But because that's not how this government functions. I mean, you see Argyle was a very big one. I personally went on radio and TV live and meet the people. You know what I mean? Face the music. But people understood. But the only set of people who don't like progress, you know, is those who want to see all of us fail. But That's all right.
Yeah.
That's how some man and woman stand. But I'm glad you think, but I wanted to tell you personally. Is a pool there wrong? Oh, pool ain't come wrong. All right, must talk to it. You know, I don't even know this. Since before we came to office, we have a problem with quarry material. Is it the Cyan Hill intersection? The Cyan Hill? God bless you. The Cyan Hill, all right, James. The Cyan Hill intersection. Quarry material came from over 6 way. Up there, imagine we even take Louis, Julian, we not take coral material from Barbados. For the
Julian, come in.
Let me ask you something.
we didn't take coral material, the government then and the people.
Cyan Hill intersection was done by limestone out of Barbados.
All
Even
right.
now when you're patching the road and you're going to cut a hole in it, you see limestone about
All right.
18 inches.
All right.
They brought it.
The Leeward Highway, they brought in stone from Newfoundland.
Not play what I
They dumped it here. So it was dumped at Cumberland.
I know they don't put Cumberland. Your father went and took with a camera a video. I saw it, I remember it.
I still have a picture of that.
Then in 2016, 2017, Julian begged me, Julian said, talk to the fellas in Grenada and in St. Lucia for us to get aggregated.
Promise I don't forget Central Leeward too.
I don't know.
That major project.
Yes, that,
And some limestone was included in that.
yes. I personally talked to Chesterman, then Prime Minister. I say, yes, you're going to get some stuff. We didn't get nothing. A lot of our projects hold up. Now, St. Vincent has a mountain range with a whole heap of stone. We have good soil on top of it, the way we are formed. It's an absolute disgrace that we have so much stone in St. Vincent. And we have to go Barbados limestone, Newfoundland, one without it. Yeah? So there's this, we did a study only when we came to office because of the problem. And in that study, they identify 11 places where we can quarry. 11. Down here was the second one. Number one in terms of the quarry material was Walilabu on the right side of the river in near to Curtains. But we had a problem there. The problem was there's a big human settlement. So that the challenge, how are you going to deal with it there? It affect a lot of people. Down here, for 2,000 meters, there is no cluster of human settlement, save and except Yeso, Richmond. Now, whether it's from Curtains, from Walilabu, and for those who don't understand, there's a difference between Walilabu and Waliabu. Waliabu is down here. Walilabu is up by Curtains. Very important. Some people don't know the geography. And you had the same problem with transportation. So when we had put out an expression of interest, we say, among other things, you will have to build a jetty and you have to have a roller and roll-off boat. Because we say you can take the material from down Leeward and carry it by Lowman's Leeward, and store it there. People naturally who in this lower part could come direct and buy it from here. But if you're going higher up, you go low manage, so that you don't do too much heavy haul on the narrow roads down in North Leeward. And that's why they're building the jetty. They have to build a jetty. And that is why they have to have the boat. They have to invest no less than $30 million, you know, PC. Yes, so. And according to the agreement, anytime we buy any quarry material from them, they have to sell us at 8% below the price. They have to give us a discount, the government. So the private sector going to get material, the government going to get material to do these projects, and of course we are getting the $2 per ton throughput. The part about the lease is small monies. That's not where the money is. It's in the throughput per ton.
What would the throughput amount to overall?
Well, over the 30 years of the lease, you're looking at, you have here estimated about 25 million tons. They talk about $50 million. That's what I've been advised. But that is at $2. But in the year 2000, in the 70 of the lease, you're going to go and you're revising down. You over where you're coming from. No. We got the expressions of interest. And there was an entity from Martinique. By the way, Julian, I was told, I have to have it verified, that at the time when that was coming, that the crops that fellas had here was assessed. And men get compensation too, you know.
Yeah.
You know? They didn't have a mind, but I know crop gone, it's alright.
Biome is the best man to answer.
This
Value everything they see on the ground.
he wasn't born yet, man.
What do you mean those days?
Yeah. So, he was in short parts at school. And what that company wanted was to mine also at the Tree riverbed. And we weren't enthusiastic about that. So nothing happened with that. Renault doesn't want anything to do with the riverbed. He just wants to do the rockstone and the quarry. The other thing you hear people say, the Cavalli Rock, where they build the jetty is on the other side there. Yeah. Well, on the plan. Well, you all can see it physically. They saw Cavalli Rock already. The jetty will go beyond Cavalli Rock. I'm talking to the environmentalists now. You'll be able to see it properly. And when they talk about fishing and all the rest of it, you ain't gonna move fish because you ain't doing no piling. You ain't doing no dredging. You ain't doing none of that there. When they're building the stones, when they're building the wharf, they're building it with gaps between the stones so that small marine life can grow in them. So man will be able to go out and fish.
It speaks for itself.
And when you go at the end of the wharf, the end of the jetty, you'll be able to see Cavalli Rock better.
And PM, you're going over there to see it, and the cameras gotta go over and see it.
Some man and woman who their tongue, who talk, and they brief catch this and they brief catch that. They don't study things. Remember, you know, let me tell you the different set of people who are against this project. Well, not against the project. Persons who express, the farmers rightly were upset because bulldozers come in and nobody to talk to them. I don't say that
That's true.
Man dropped the ball.
A major problem.
So, but you hear James saying he ain't got nothing against the project. Mr. Cool and make the statement to him against the project. So there's a question. You say sorry about that and you sort that out. But that is not the way the ULP operates generally. And if you make a mistake, you have to be a big man, a big woman, and say sorry about that. And you sort it out. So that's one set of discontent. Then you have some genuine environmentalists who are asking questions and want answers. And those answers I will provide some further just now as to what transpired. And then you have some people who put on environmental clothing but who are really politicians. You hear me? And the only environment they're interested in is an environment without Ralph. You understand what I mean?
Ralphless.
Yeah. If you have a Ralphless environment, oh man, this thing is a perfect thing. I ain't do this, you know. And then of course, you have some people, a small group, who talk all kind of nonsense that Reno is a foreigner. Since when you're St. Lucia in the OECS and in CARICOM, you're a foreigner. Yeah?
We have 2 journalists here from the region.
And you have some people, there's some people who feel, some people who are about to car, you know, who feel like everybody else must come from Canary in a donkey cart because they love the environment so much. Mixed up with politics and hypocrisy. I don't. And then there's the opposition who don't want to progress at all. Leacock don't tell you what they're thinking. Investment, you have to stop them. Because if you stop them, it makes the ULP look good. And if they look good, say bye-bye to 2025 election. So as far as they're concerned, the only thing they're interested in is change of government. So you notice across the whole spectrum, and you have to sift out between different things. And the only thing which deals with those is truth and a resolution of purpose. No. We will have enough quarry material here, but we can't really just have only one quarry. There's a small quarry, not doing much, but there's another one. Julian, is Arthur them fellas that buy the quarry from?
Yes, Arthur.
The, you know,
It was Walker one first.
yes. And then,
and then his brother.
yes. Then Arthur owned this quarry. Right. But the people at Royal Mill, when they're looking for aggregate to do their work, $60–70 million project, US, they can't get aggregate. So what they do, they buy a quarry, a crusher, sorry, and they go there and they get the material, and they do their work, and they could do that and they could sell to other people.
I would say that investment is about $7–8 million
But that's
crusher
the
and the quarry.
That's the
It
point.
was at the $9 million they invested in.
That's the point. But they need it. Now, between now and 2025, we have over $1 billion worth of capital investment for this country. A lot of it will require aggregate. And I ain't talking about other investments which should come along, and I'm talking about what is at hand. The two biggest one is the port, which is about 600 million EC dollars, 220 million US. And Sandals, well, they will tell you, is a number in the region of 200 million US. Them 12. Then we got the hospital, which which is $80 million. And what is happening now with all this war and the sanctions and so on, the price might go up. And the same thing with the Marriott down at Marriott and Holiday Inn, and also the fellas coming back here in the 90s. The fellas down at Peter's.
So what then?
Yeah, that's Diamond already, Holiday Inn. So we need the material for the development, and the experts had said that this is number 2 of the places to quarry in terms of the material and all the rest of it. But in terms of life, which is going to be disrupted, imagine you're going to do something near to the Courtney settlement. No. For the first set of investors which were to come here, there was an environmental social impact assessment done. ESIA, Dr. Murray headed Woodman, and he has said, which we know, that the baseline material in that study is very strong. And a lot of the issues regarding mitigation there could be followed. But that particularly on the social side, you needed to update it. Fair enough. But we made the point too. See, but that could be updated if you have the information to the current information to planning and tell them, including 2 things that planning asks for additional of the document here. Planning asks for updates on the environmental management plan and the quarry management plan. Those are things which Dr. Murray himself said that you needed to update. And those, the physical planning board asked for the update of those things. And let me tell you this. In 2008, ESIA, the environmental management plan and the quarry management plan, which include the financials, all of you have it, you know. It was sent to you all by soft copy and hard copy. Never in the history of this country you have dissemination like that. One single thing to hide. Not because a man who was supposed to hold the ball dropped the ball in the slips. That don't mean the test match done.
You still come back and win the test.
Well, you could start.
So, Prime Minister, who is it that was really responsible for consulting and informing the farmers?
Public servants.
From which department?
Different departments. There are departments involved in agriculture and land and surveys, and to involve also the people from physical planning to explain what was happening. But what happened in Kenton is this. The man was waiting 3 years from the time he expressed an interest. He get approval on the 20th of January. Just a few weeks short of 3 years. So the man really want to get business on the road. So he bring the bulldozer and catch the people who are supposed to do the consultation off guard. That's essentially what happened.
Catch them off guard? That's a curious situation.
Yeah, because it should have been that he should be in communication, and in communication say, well, listen, well, don't put the bulldozer yet, let me finalize our talk with the farmers. I don't know if you were here from the time when we started discussing the number of farmers.
Is that what, this morning?
Yeah, this morning.
I was here long before you arrived.
Okay, but you were here, you were
was
listening.
here, right?
Okay, fine, good. I just want to make sure you have. No, the planning permission is granted with a number of conditions. By the way, the Physical Planning Board will monitor what will happen here. And rightly, there's a community organization which will monitor what is happening here. And the various ministries, in addition to planning, will come and monitor what is happening here. And we invite you to come down and you yourselves monitor. You don't have no problem at all with it, because I don't want to see any problem with the environmental.
These are also talks to the contract.
These, you can go to physical planning. Julian, just confirm this for me. Kenton or anybody can go to physical planning and pay, I don't know what the fee is, if it's 50 cents or $1, $20 or whatever it is, to see what is the approval and the conditions.
But they have copies.
Oh, you send it to them?
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right.
All the copies.
Okay,
Get
well, that even better. That even better.
Every media house.
Okay, well, fine.
See on disseminated it. My secretary disseminated. I still have printed copies, Prime Minister.
Beautiful. So that's the story.
Prime Minister, one of the questions is, I mean, St. Vincent a multi-island state.
Yes.
If we are sending something to Beck, we won't characterize it as exportation. Mr. Reno told me that 99% of the aggregates will be exported, and 1%, he said, quote, for St. Vincent.
You know, well, I will tell you this. My understanding, I asked Julian that question. And I don't know whether Reno understood you. You understand him.
I understood him very clearly.
No, I am not. I'm just raising every different thing, because sometimes I have been in court long enough to know, practicing law, and life has taught me. I tell you something. What you hear is not necessarily what I say. I may not have said it with the degree of clarity. Same thing with two people seeing the same thing with their eye. May have a different conclusion.
One may have cataract.
But these are,
No, wait, no.
these are the days of recordings. I have the recordings.
Yeah. And I am not denying that. I'm not saying that what you say is not what he told you, no. But my understanding of what I asked Julian say that what the fellow was talking about. For him, export is when you leave it by the jetty.
When I go Lomans or Venezuela or Guyana.
So if I take it by truck, I guess it's export too.
No.
If I take it by truck,
No,
it's
that's
export.
what he meant. That's what he meant.
Because it's going by Blowman, so because it goes by boat, it's exportation. I mean,
No, it's not exportation.
the gentleman was very explicit in what he
Yeah,
said.
but I am telling you what the situation is. The point.
So he misspoke then, I guess.
Prime Minister, may I say something?
You'd have to ask him whether he misspoke, but I could tell you that there is no way a quarry is going to be here, and we want. I go in St. Lucia and ask Shastany for quarry material. That we have quarry material here, and government want it or private sector want it, and you can't get it.
You don't know yet, Prime Minister, but Edmund Jackson, the Director General of Finance and Planning,
Yeah.
and I, and the Minister of Agriculture, we have already covered that area with an agreement to be signed next week by Mr. Reno,
Yes.
that the government dictates what is exported. In other words, our demand must be filled first before export.
Absolutely.
Okay, and that is being signed and appended in view of Kenton's interest in that particular subject.
Okay. Kenton buy you call that the Kenton supplemental agreement.
It's a good thing I'm not given to flattery.
No, but that's all right.
No, it's a good thing I'm not given to flattery.
There is a thriving gravel mining thing on the beach. Over the years, there's been a thing, do you stop it?
Yeah.
And there's been studies that show that it's sustainable, and the local persons who are doing it, and I think that they're going to still want to allow for persons locally in the area to still buy that gravel, and that no threat is going to be done to that industry in order to have to buy the gravel. If persons do want to buy that, that's their choice.
But Reno has nothing to do with the beach.
No,
nothing at all.
That's right here, Prime Minister. Runs right by that.
Reno ain't got the
his
agreement
boundary.
doesn't cover any of that. Okay? So that is, I have spoken the long and short of the story. I think I answer all the questions which people normally ask. Want us to go and watch Cavalli?
Yes.
Yes, comrade. Here we do, brethren.
Yeah, love respect, sir.
Love respect.
Good thanks and praise.
Final question.
No, I don't want to sound like if I'm repeating anything.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like if I want to cause any controversy.
No. Ask your
I just
question.
want to raise an issue. Now, I wasn't there, I'm from this area. But I was living in this area for some time.
You have land here?
Yeah, not on this area. I have lands in this area.
Okay. But your land is not affected by this project? Okay.
No, but I have concern because it's a national issue and it calls for national interest. And it calls for national concern as well.
Yes.
Now, when I came down here to live, returned down here living, I was involved in farming. Then up came the pandemic, the COVID crisis. All right. I'm a marijuana farmer.
Yeah.
And a vegetable farmer as well.
Yeah.
We don't try. Crops and
How much acres you farm?
But I farm on 4 acres of land.
4 acres.
4 acres of land.
How much you have in vegetable and how much you have in gas?
Well, I have, I had 5 minutes working collectively trying to organize it.
Yeah. Very good idea.
Marijuana farming and
And of course, anytime I talk to a man nowadays and he tells me he's farming in Uganda, I presume that he's farming within the 4 walls of the legal marijuana industry. You don't have to rebut my presumption. I just make that presumption.
I'm grateful that you raised that point.
I make my presumption.
I'm grateful that you raised that because right now we have what we call it amnesty period.
Yes.
Going through the amnesty period. So as I told you, we were affected by the COVID. So after the volcanic eruption, we will encourage farmers who farm up in the mountainous, the slopes of the last mountain. We will encourage to come down and farm. The government decided, well, according to reports and according to information from personnel who were involved around from the MC.
The land you're farming is government land?
No, sorry. No private.
Your personal land?
Private land. I am at the port.
You bought it?
Yes. So for marijuana.
Yeah, you bought it from marijuana?
From marijuana. During the time marijuana was illegal.
All right. Very good.
Yes.
I get the point.
And I was imprisoned and my dreadlock chopped off because of the illegality of marijuana to the system.
Yes.
Now, 2 areas were designated in this area for marijuana farming. For those farmers who were quite unfortunate on the slopes.
Yeah.
One area called Top Hill was designated. We didn't have plans. We had
Geraldine?
diagrams of the whole project in Top Hill, which we had welcomed. Because just like how we have this quarry area here, is that something we have to think about to know that is of national interest and consider the advantages, the disadvantages. Do not be partisan.
Absolutely.
Try your best to avoid being partisan.
Yes.
But be visionary.
Absolutely. And be national.
Precise, because we have to start it first.
Yes.
Okay. There was another area designated called Hill. This said area here. We were told by representative from the MC, this area, there is about 100 and something acres of land.
Of Top Hill?
No.
Over
And this
the
hill
other side.
And this hill here.
Okay.
This hill.
Okay.
Along with Top Hill. There were 2 areas.
Okay.
Top Hill.
How much acres we have at Top Hill, Gerald?
We have 2 something.
Over 200 acres.
Over 200 acres.
Another 100 acres for other things.
Okay then.
Animals, cattle and so forth. But
And we have enough land to do the distribution what we were talking about.
We carrying and revise this to the board on Thursday.
So right now why I'm raising this point is because I am articulating on behalf of those who are not that fortunate to have the opportunity to come here today.
Well, let me ask you this. Some of the fellas who working on your land, they would like to get a piece themselves.
Of this land?
No,
Of lands.
top hill or over that hill.
Well, we have decided that we collectively.
Walk the 4 acres and something.
Yeah, collectively.
Okay. You're
we would
satisfied
have,
with that?
No, and collectively, if anything, we would have ventured or collectively
all right.
to continue this cooperative.
Have you made the application for that?
Well, I made my application to become a registered legal farmer.
Okay. No, but that's a separate issue. I'm asking, did you made application to go to appeal?
If I made an application to appeal?
Yeah.
I think we did.
Well, you must check that out because if you don't make the application, it's like the lotto. If you don't buy a ticket, you don't have a chance.
Yes, but what I'm saying now, there are other brethren.
He has some land, he has a license, and he's representing some other persons, and we are going to speak to you a little more over my level, the other members of the cooperative, and we'll sort that out.
All right. You see, because we're not supposed to go argue and fight.
No.
Let us try and reason.
No. We're not involved in that.
Let us try and reason. And at the same time, we have to accommodate each other's opinion or each other's idea.
All that is why I come down here with the press so that they will see, so that there'll be clarity and hear persons like you ask questions and get answers.
All right. Okay, Prime Minister. Secondly, let me come on another issue. Let me go look at people, right? Now, a lot of people complain about this issue internationally with Ukraine and
well, I just talked about that
and I've been
extensively.
listening to you making making statements. But most of our people only look at issues immediately. We do not review and we do not project. So because we do not review, we don't have time to assess and assess effectively and efficiently. Rightly and doing it rightly.
You hear the man saying? The man saying that we must analyze and not rationalize for the moment.
Precise.
You're a philosopher.
Can we ask you what's your name, sir?
You're a philosopher.
I
don't trust Natty brother.
My name is Giles Francois Ailey, known as Bongoras Ailey.
From where?
I'm an artist,
Come down here.
a recording artist. I'm a calypsonian. I'm an ice cream man. I'm a baker. You know, I'm a farmer. You know, and all my children are educated children. I work formally as a school teacher. My service was terminated under the Labour Party government formally in 1975.
Why did they terminate you?
Because I stood up on behalf of the St. Vincent Union of Teachers and its members.
Oh, that is the 1975 strike.
And I maintain my loyalty to the struggle. I'm committed to the struggle and to justice and peace for poor people. No free speech.
God bless you, man.
Sorry, I apologize.
But you know, I still
State categorically they're for the project. They're 100% for the project. She told me 5 times. She just said so 5 times. She stated they're for the project. That's it.
Kenton, many a day when I practice law and I come down and I finish early. I make it a day. I get corned beef. Them days I drink Pepsi and Coca-Cola. I come out there and sit down on the rock and I eat and then slip off and bathe, you know.
What's your opinion of what you have seen so far?
Oh, the fellas are doing good work, man. I think that it's a good thing we came down and see it.
But
by the way, I hope you all. With the tall man from API. Oh. You fix it up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
The only people who have ice.
You know, one of the big issues that some persons talking about, we call it, some even say, the iconic part of the iconic landscape.
Valley Rock.
Some people, you get some people say, for instance, that Cavalry Rock, you're going to trouble it because when you have a fish, you go put it inside of one of the holes, and then you go keep cool. I mean, Heavenly Father. Nothing here going to stop anybody enjoying Cavalry Rock. I used to enjoy Cavalry Rock, as I tell you, when I used to practice that. Sometimes, you know, I come down here, and when I reach down, the magistrate say he ain't coming. What do you want me to do? I just go buy a corned beef, buy some biscuits, a thing, and I come here and I bring my clothes, pack it up there, put a stone on top of it, and swim in a manner which was free.
Swim in nature.